know something interesting that I realized? Meeting people is probably one of the easiest things one can do. It's literally just walking up to someone, saying hi, and boom, you've met them. Sometimes you don't even have to say hi. You can just stare at them, and when they say, "What are you looking at?" that counts as meeting someone. So, it's easy. But if you are socially introverted, chances are saying hi is too much work. I've mentioned this before in a previous video that I'm an ambivert. So I am half extrovert and introvert. Meaning I will constantly be like, "Oh heck yeah, I want to go talk to that person." But at the same time, I don't. It kind of depends on my mood and what I'm doing at the time. For example, one activity that I really gotten into was going for walks. You know, sitting in a chair, being isolated in a room, animating all day, isn't the most healthy lifestyle to have. So going out for an hour-long walk and being out in nature is what helps keep me sane. Also gives me a chance to play Pokemon Go. Gotta get them Poke-kilometers, you know what I'm saying? Now, these walks are definitely me time. It gives me a chance to reflect on my inner thoughts. Therefore, I don't really want to interact or talk to anyone. My introvertedness is pretty much in the driver's seat at this time. But there have been definite times where I'm internally conflicted whether I should say hi to someone. I mean, obviously, when you're on a walk, chances are other people are too. So when I see other people walking towards me, I see two options. Say hi like a normal, polite human being, or jaywalk to the other side of the road and avoid the encounter completely. And if you are me and I had the opportunity, I would go with option 2 every time. Other cases, though, you can't avoid it, so I literally have to force myself to say hi. And you know what? Then it's not so bad after the exchange is done. But then sometimes they followed up with, "How are you?" And at that point, after saying hi, I'm already like, "Oh, please stop talking to me." I mean, not to be rude or anything, but come on, let's face it. It's literally the same thing every time. You're gonna say, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm gonna say, "Good." And then I might say, "How are you doing?" if I feel generous. And then you're gonna say, "Good." And we go our separate ways and we'll forget the whole thing ever happened. No one is going to say that they're not good. I mean, that's so depressing. So just trust me, dude. I'm stopping you from wasting your time. Here's one that I'll remember the most. I remember it was on an Easter Sunday because the day I saw one of those plastic egg things just lying out on the front lawn and I was very tempted to take it. But I didn't. It was also a day when Pokemon eggs hatched like 3 times faster, so all the more incentive to walk outside. Anyways, I was walking around the neighborhood when all of a sudden, I spot this big, buff, shirtless dude just running in my direction. And in my head, I'm like, holy crap, that guy's buff. But he should really put on a shirt before he pokes someone's eye out. Obviously, I can't say that out loud to the dude, so I just thought of it in my mind. And I just walked past him with a face like this. Okay, it's not very climactic and not the best story, but I thought it was pretty fun. I hatched like a bunch of Pokemon eggs, I awkwardly passed by this buff shirtless man, and it was all on Easter Sunday. So I guess one could say it was a very exciting experience.
No.
This is somewhat related to meeting people, except not really, because I didn't make eye contact with this person. But whatever, I'm still telling this story. I always find it very uncomfortable when little kids just stare at you for a long period of time. Like babies, okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, they can't say anything or communicate effectively. If they think your face is weird and ugly, they can't say that. But see, the thing is, little kids can just say your face is weird and ugly, but they don't. Instead, they just stare. Why? Like there's this one time I was at a poke restaurant, you know, enjoying my fish like a normal tofu being. But all of a sudden, I just got that feeling. The feeling you get when your soul is being burned through because someone is looking at you. And in the corner of my eye, using my peripheral vision, there is this little girl just looking at me from the table next to me. And part of me was thinking, what is this girl looking at? Does she know I make YouTube videos? No, that can't be. Pretty sure there's nothing on my face. I mean, I checked. Yeah, see? Flawless. She probably wants me to give her attention and act all playful and be like, "Oh, how cute. What is your name?" And if that's the case, boy, she ain't getting squat from me. Mother of pearl, she's still looking at me. Where are her parents? Shouldn't they be keeping her on a leash or something? But then the other part of me wanted to turn to her and be like, "What do you want, kid?" That would have been fun to see. I think meeting people is a challenge when you know absolutely nothing about the other person. But then it's much easier and more motivating when you both share an interest. For example, I was at VidCon recently, and the thing about VidCon is meeting people happens all the time. There's always opportunities to mingle with like-minded people, and for sure there are parties going on at night. It's pretty much impossible not to meet someone. An extrovert's dream, but an introvert's nightmare. But since it's full of people that share common interests within the case of VidCon, creating videos, they are more likely to want to interact with others. Personally for me, I just want to say that this last VidCon was the best one. I mean, I've only been to 2, but still, it was the best. It wasn't even really for VidCon itself, like the panels or the knowledge that I obtained, but it was mostly for all the awesome people that I met, like the animation community. I'll admit, I wasn't too sure how well I was going to mix with those guys since I'll be meeting them in person for the first time, and I actually didn't know a whole lot of them. But they were all super nice, and I made some really great memories. I was also amazed that I got to meet some of you guys and enjoy my videos. I mean, I even got this. Look at it. It's so cool. It's me, but it wasn't made by me, which is crazy. Considering how small I am, I figured it would take some time before any of this would happen. But you guys surprised me, which is awesome. You guys are awesome. And it just motivates me to keep making videos for you guys. So, in conclusion, I guess meeting people can be awkward at times. Definitely has its risks and rewards. But regardless, at least it makes a good story to tell. I feel like this